Oh, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Whiskey Cars and Cigars. I am Johnny Blender. Tonight we're kicking off season 5, episode 1. Now we're kicking the show off early. I was planning on having it starting at 7 tonight, but we've got some really bad weather coming in. It's supposed to be in the 20s by the weekend down here in Louisiana. That's not a real good thing. I'm not fond of the 20s. I'm a tropical person. I like the warmer weather, but I don't like the hot weather. But 20s is cold. A lot of my friends up north and everything are used to that kind of weather. And even the time I've spent up north when it was cold, I didn't like it when I was there. Snow is a myth. There's nothing wonderful about it. Uh, but thank you for sticking around and tuning in. Uh, I I had some things that I was working on and going to have done tonight for the show. Uh, have everything turned back around where you can see the normal backdrop with the neon lights and everything that we have. But like I said, the way the weather's looking right now, the wind's really starting to pick up, and I just wanted to jump on here and do this and get as far into this as I could before I can't get into it at all. So I'll give a little bit of rundown of what's going on. We've got some new interesting things that we've started for this year, and we've got a new studio that we're building. Uh, but right now, the shop is just full. I've got 6 sets of wheels. I've got 2 chassis in for powder coating. I've got 2 chassis that I'm building. Hey, Jimmy Turk, how you doing, buddy? Glad to see you tuning in. Like I said, I started the show a little bit early tonight because the weather's starting to get really bad here, and I was planning on being on at 7 on Tuesday night. Is what I'm looking at is a new night for the show. Um, but it's just like I said, we've got chassis on the jig, we've got chassis in the back to be powder coated. We've got 8 sets of wheels in here. I've got headache racks. I've got superchargers. I've got a couple of motors. We got a lot of stuff that I'm working on right now. I've got a freaking water fountain base outside that's like 6 feet wide that we've got to sandblast and get coated for another one of our good customers. So just got a lot of work in the shop and no room. My room is at a premium. Uh, so yeah, it's just one of those things. I was trying to retire this year, but it doesn't look like that's gonna happen. So I wanted to just, like I said, get on here and start doing things tonight and start this, get season 5 kicked off. And I've got my trusty cigar here with me, and it wouldn't be Johnny Blender's show. Let me turn that around. I mean, if I didn't have a little coconut moonshine, gonna sip on a little of this coconut moonshine while we're doing the show tonight. That ought to be enough to get me through. But if it's not, I have more. Got a lot of things going on with the dragster. Jimmy Turk was over here for Christmas, I think. It was Christmas, wasn't it, Jimmy? He was over here for Christmas and came over and had Christmas dinner with us. It was really nice having him over here and some of the other family that was here, Wanda, DW, and TC, and Dylan, and it was awesome. My son Eddie and his wife Jamie were here, so it was a really good holiday season. I hope everyone had a great holiday season. Uh, oh, that's good. Oh, that's really good. All right, so yeah, so I want to start off by welcoming everybody back to season 5. I can't believe I've been doing the video part of this show for 5 years. I did the radio show part of it, I think, a year before I started doing the videos. So it's kind of exciting. I like it. I have a good time doing it. I'm going to try to hit all of my shows this year, and hopefully, weather will be forgiving and workload will slow down a little bit. Maybe after the tax season's over. Tax season is one of those times I get slammed when people are getting their refunds and they want all their wheels powder coated. So yeah, it's one of the things. But hey, I want to step up real quick. I just heard the door shut, so we may be having company join here in a minute. Sound like somebody just pulled up. I guess my shop hours are still open right now, so I wouldn't be surprised. Let me click on this. Uh, hmm. There's one. That's what I was looking for. Got it. That's awesome. Now, let me talk about the big swap meet that's coming up. The Southern Outlaw Gassers, Jesse Holmes and the boys are putting on a swap meet that's going to be February 19th at Atmore Dragway. That's 1301 Racetrack Road, Atmore, Alabama, located north of Mobile on I-65. This is a great swap meet. It's you can buy, you can sell, you can trade. They've got auto parts, racing parts, cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, trailers, tools, antiques. Anything is welcome, and no space size limit. So you can take up as much room as you want to bring all the stuff that you've got out. This will be a great place for people to find race car parts. If they're working on a budget, this will be another place for people who have got extra race car parts like Jimmy Turk that need to get rid of some of that stuff to show up and sell it. It's $20 to sell and $1 general admission to browse. Kids always 12 and under get in free. Come join us and find whatever you need. For more information, you can contact Jesse Holmes, and his cell phone number is 850-206-3673, or you can email him at jhss2289@yahoo.com. That'll be February 19th at Atmore Dragway, Atmore, Alabama, 1301 Racetrack Road. It's the first swap meet of the year. You can listen for more information on the Edge Radio US. We've got commercials up for this event. We've also started looking at Jesse's and the Southern Outlaw Gassers 2022 schedules, looking like it's shaping up to be a really, really good year. I think March is the first event. I think March is his first event, but we'll have more on that after we get past the swap meet. I try not to promote too many things at one time as far as particular groups and particular events, but we'll have more information coming up on that. But check that out, February 19th, Atmore Dragway, Atmore, Alabama. It's going to be a great swap meet. It's going to be huge. Like I said, if you've got any calls, you can contact Jesse Holmes at 850-206-3673 or email him at jhss2289@yahoo.com. So check it out. Jimmy Turks will be there with that big new motorhome, I bet. 71 Opel. Hold on. 71 Opel Project. Okay, Jimmy Turks got a 71 Opel GT Projects car that will be there, and he has for sale. If you want information on that right now, you can contact Jimmy Turk. You can message him or look on my Facebook page and find him and contact him about that little Opel. That's a nice little car. I was over there, I guess, for Thanksgiving week. I was over there, and nice little car. He just gotten it. But he's got so many other projects in the fire right now. He needs to thin them out a little bit so he can devote more time to one or two. This coming from a hypocrite who's got like 20 projects going at one time right now, but I can say those things. Oh, that coconut moonshine. That's awesome. Oh, man. And the cool thing about it, that's been sitting in there for about 2 months. And I have noticed I tested that stuff. I tested it a few weeks ago, maybe after Christmas or before Christmas. And the proof of it has actually come up. So it's kind of cool. I like that. I think it was around 89 or 90. I usually bottle everything and proof it and everything at 80%, 80 proof. But it's really good. It's getting a little bit stronger as it ages a little bit. I've got some bourbon in the house that we've got almost a year on. I'm going to pop that open, see how it does in another couple, I think March, I'm going to pop that open and check it out, see if it's good enough to start drinking now, or if I want to age it for another year to see if it gets even better. So it'll be interesting. Check it out. Oh, man. Sorry for the smoke, but I smoke cigars, so you're going to see smoke. Let's see what else I want to talk about. I'm really kind of excited about getting this new year up and running. And I want to remind everybody to check out another one of our show sponsors, the Basic Motorsports Performance Parts. Their number is 1-253-212-802. You can find them on Marketplace, not Marketplace, on Facebook. You can find them on the World Wide Web. Basic Motorsports Performance Parts.com. Check out their great deals. Sign up for their newsletter. They've got some really good specials, giveaways that they do every month. They pick lucky random winners on their newsletter, people who sign up for their newsletter. They give away some pretty cool prizes. So check that out. John U Basic is a really, really good guy. They've got a YouTube channel, and John does some really good videos on products that he has, product that he sells, projects that he's working on. He's got his pro mod team. They were really getting everything, a bunch of new members and things like that last year. They were getting all that dialed in. So I'm expecting them to be a formidable match this year. I think they're really going to step up their game and do a really good job. John U Basic is a really nice guy. I haven't talked to him in several months, which I need to get him on the phone and talk to him a little bit this month. I'm gonna put that on my list of things to do. I've got just a ton of things that we're working on and trying to get straightened out at the beginning of the year. We've got a new. I called the Vice President of Marketing for Amelie Motor Oil yesterday. We've got some interesting things and some exciting new things that we're going to be doing with Amelie Oil. Amelie Oil is a company I like. Their products are really, really good. We will be showing up with Amelie in the trailer. If you want to buy any, Amelie makes everything, synthetic, high synthetic blend, racing oil. They make everything. Really, really good company. 1901, I think, is when they were started. They started packaging motor oil, and they've been doing it for a long time. Really good company, really good products. I really stand behind Amelie products, and I'm looking forward to them working with them again this year. There are some other companies out there that I've been in touch with and have been in touch with me. I like their products. They have products that I do like. I don't look at everything just for the race car. I do look at for our personal vehicles as well. Amelie's oil for the 2050 synthetic blend race oil that I use in the dragster is also the same oil I use in my diesel truck. Works great. I've had no problems with it. Great gas mileage. Works well. I actually have been trying to get samples to send back to Amelie to have them check the oil with the amount of mileage I got on it and to see what the breakdown of the oil is and how it looks and how it's holding up. I like having information like that because it's good information for me to pass on to everybody. But we'll have banners for Amelie oil upcoming in the weeks to come and shows to come. But right now, U Basic Motorsports Performance Parts, I want you to jump on there. And don't forget, if you go through U Basic Motorsports Parts and you find parts that you like and you bounce around for other companies and you find them for kind of the same thing, well, don't forget to use that discount code WCC at U Basic Motorsports Performance Parts for another 5% off your order. And then when you start buying things, I think you save a little bit more money as well. So they've got some really, really good incentives on their website. Awesome products. They do a 20% off 21 different companies every month. So there's a real good way to save some money there when you look at those specials that they have. But give them a chance. Give them a chance. Look them out. John U Basic's a racer. He knows how racers' budgets are, and he looks out for the racers. So check him out. U Basic Motorsports Performance Parts. Like I said, WCC for 5% off your order. Check them out. It's a great company. Love the guy. I bought my MSD grid from him. So it's not only that I promote their companies, I also use their products. So let me jump over here and check out a few of these comments. I see some popping in. John U Basic, look at that. Just want to set up a brand new website with about 3.5 million parts. There you go. If you can't find it, give me a call and we will bend over backwards to, okay, this is John U Basic is saying, if you can't find the part, give him a call and they will bend over backwards to find you the parts that you need. So he is in Washington State, so he's 2 or 3 hours behind us. John, man, I was planning on doing the show tonight at 7, but the weather is really shaping up to turn bad. So I wanted to jump on. I had February 1st as our start date for this season 5 of the show, and I'm glad you were able to find us. It's awesome. John, also, I'll try to give you a call sometime this month. I can't say tomorrow or the next day. I'm gonna try to fit you in and get you a call sometime this month. I want to also see if I can get you to start coming on the show maybe once or twice over the next few months to help talk a little bit about you basic motorsports performance parts and see if we can take some questions and things like that so people can understand who you are, what you are, and how helpful you are. So don't forget the number, the information is right there. Check them out. You basic motorsports performance parts. Gotta love those guys. Sounds good. Say hello to your lovely wife. Well, my lovely wife is she just I don't know if you followed any of the pictures of Lynn's car, Jezebel, her Camaro Jezebel. She has been doing some work on it in the last couple of weeks. A lot of detail work. She got set it out, got it repainted, came back brighter. It's supposed to be the same color, but it does look brighter red than it originally was. She's done some pretty cool graphics on it. She's made a few little modifications on things that were on it. She got some more parts in today that are just, I think, some rock guards because those tires that are on it kick up rocks a little bit. I think she wanted to keep the gravel from hitting the new paint job. It's been painted for about a week and a half now. She took it out today. She was gone for about an hour. When she came back in, she washed it again. She washed it day before yesterday, so she may wash all the paint off of it. So we'll check it out. Byron Hughes is a buddy of ours who does painting out here. Did a great job on the car. It looks awesome. I mean, it's a 2010 Camaro SS. I got to tell you, it's absolutely beautiful. And with some of the finishing touches and the accents that she's adding to it, it's pretty cool. So check that out. You can see that. I'm trying to get her to. She had been doing the Twisted Southern Horror Queens broadcast every week, a lot longer than I have been doing this show. And she hadn't been doing it in a while. And I'm trying to get her back on the radio station and get her to go back up and start doing it. I do my show kind of fly by wire and navigate it as I'm doing it. She spends a lot of time researching information. She puts a lot of effort per week into doing her show. So I'm trying to get her to get back up. She's kind of burned out on it right now, or she was a few months ago. She was kind of burned out on it. So we're trying to get her up, and hopefully that'll work out. She'll get back on the air, and I know we got a lot of followers on our show that follow her show. Actually, it was a lot of people that followed her show, followed my show as well. So hopefully she'll be back up, and we'll see what she's got to do and what she wants to do, and see if there's any new books in the making and all kind of cool things. But yeah, so it's all good. It's all good. We enjoy it. We are enjoying life. Uh, we're doing some awesome work here at the house, as well as work on the shop. New driveway is the next thing that we're putting in, and then we've been changing and rearranging the yard a little bit, and we've got a big privacy fence that we're putting around the property, and we're turning it into a compound. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. We've got a lot of cool stuff going on. I hear the door shut. The dog's barking, so she may be on the way, and she can cook. Jimmy knows she can cook. He was over here for Jimmy. Was it Christmas dinner? I don't even remember. It was Christmas or Thanksgiving. I get those two damn holidays confused. You eat on both of them. It was Christmas. Well, I do research. Research the cigars. I make the moonshine. And today it's awesome. And it is heavy duty research. You were right about that. Son's birthday. That's right. That's when it was. That's right. It was Eddie's birthday. Awesome. I'm glad you remember that, Jimmy, because my memory's terrible. Also, Turk, I know you said that you will be finding out about your new motor for the Primal Scream altered this week. And I asked you to check on that about balancing a rotating assembly for me. Find out what your guy can do that, if he can do that, and how fast he can get it done. It's for my backup motor. Also, let me know how whenever you get ready to get your motor put back in, you want to put it back in, call me and I'll come over and help you because I need some help too. A lot of it. But no, I'm working on the new body now for the car. Couldn't Cool. Awesome. Thanks, Jimmy. But yeah, it's cool. I'm excited about this new season. Like I said, Amalay Oil is somebody that we're going to continue to be working with. Uh, the Southern Outlaw Gassers, we will continue to work with them. Love what those guys do. You Basic Motorsports Performance Parts, Hot Rods House of Power. I'll go to them in just a minute and talk about them a little bit. The races that we've got coming up. Johnny Jordan has has a couple of his events coming up. We're going to be covering more of those. So that's something too, Jimmy, that you're going to need to be looking at going to. I'm waiting to hear from my buddy Chops at Powerhouse Motorsports Park. Well, it's not Powerhouse Motorsports Park. I think it's now North Florida Motorplex. I was looking real quick. Excuse me for doing this. I wanted to see. I haven't done this. I don't know if I'll be able to get a signal in here. Bear with me just a minute. It's helping me click away a little few seconds as well. I don't know if you can hear that ringing or not. Your call has been. Okay, got his voicemail. I'll touch base with him later. But got some interesting new stuff going with Hot Rods House of Power up in Joliet, Illinois. Hot Rods House of Power is another one. Jerry Rob's a great guy, another friend of ours. Let me get his stuff up here. Take you basics down. There it is. There it is. Hot Rods House of Power, Joliet, Illinois. Jerry Robb and his crew up there, and he's got just a ton of awesome help. I can't even find somebody to come in and sweep the floors during the week. But Jerry Robb, Hot Rods House of Power, they're looking at. I did get some brief time with him over the holidays to be able to talk to him to find out they've got some events that they're planning this year. They're looking at doing a gasser event as well. Some more of the big tire, small tire races, some of the no prep stuff. So they've got some of that stuff going on. Be sure and check them out. Hot Rods House of Power. You can find them here on Facebook. Also, just check out the awesome work they do. They ship cars worldwide. They build custom cars, ship them all over the world. So they've got a really good business. Jerry has worked really, really hard getting it to where he's at. It's cool, man. I mean, he's a great guy. I love the guy. Have fun with him. I've got a chassis in here that I'm working on for him right now for another one of his customers. So yeah, we keep business going between all of us, and that's how all of us keep going ahead. Is everybody we get to benefit from we get to benefit from each other's experiences and what they do. So it's kind of cool. But check them out, Hot Rods House of Power, Joliet, Illinois. You can find them here on Facebook Marketplace. Marketplace is my thing now. I've been on Marketplace so much with a lot of the stuff that I've been picking up for the shop, a lot of stuff I've been picking up for the house. Today I found a 5-foot wide neon Bud Light or Budweiser light from the 70s that I'm trying to get that from the people that live in Covington that have it. I saw it, fell in love with it. I'm still on my quest for a snack machine. I haven't found the snack machine yet that I want. Everyone that I find, they've just got tons of maintenance and mechanical parts and things like that that need to be done to them, and I don't have the time to do it. I'm having a hard time getting my dragster put back together. So I'm trying to get that ready for a March event. So yeah, got a lot of work between now and then. And then I think it's supposed to be in the 20s by this weekend. So Jerry, if that this Friday is a message, no, it's going to be cold, and the old man is not doing cold as well as he used to. I never did it really good. looking this way. I was on the lathe for a couple hours today, and I was on the milling machine for about 45 minutes today, doing some interesting things with the Fury Dragster, where I'm putting the bell crank steering on it now to help with the new body design that I've come up with. So I think it's going to be pretty cool looking this time. Everybody who saw the dragster before really liked it. It was a crowd favorite at a lot of the cons that we went to, the Comic Cons and horror conventions that we went to. I think now with the new look that we're going with, it's going to be an even bigger hit because the first time I built it, a lot of the body work and stuff on it I had never done before. So there was hits and bad spots, and they were covered up well and hidden well, and the black colors didn't helped hide a lot of it. But the new body that I'm looking at, that I'm building, is actually looking like it's going to be pretty awesome. I've got some really cool upgrades that I'm putting into it. I'm doing some new interesting stuff with the aluminum that I've never seen on a front engine car before. If it works out, it's going to look awesome. It's going to be incredible. But if I can't do what I'm trying to do, I'll do what I can make work. But it's going to be interesting. I like it. I like having fun. I like doing everything that I do. Um, let's see. Don't forget. Hold on. I got another one popping up here. Another company that we're working with this year again is Crescent Canna. Crescent Canna CBD products are awesome. You can use the discount code EDGE 2020 for 30% off your total order. Really like this company. I use the CBD oil every day. It's made a big difference in my life. Whenever I get off of it, I can tell the difference being off of it, and stuff starts to hurt more. Get back on it, get it into my system a few more days, and those pains go away. So I test myself a good bit to make sure that it's not just a snake oil. That it is something that really works, and I have been benefiting for CBD products for about 4 years now, and I just can't say enough about them. I love them. I got a few more comments here. Let me leave the Crescent Canna stuff up. You can check them. You can find them at crescentcanna.com. They are a what do you call it? A designer CBD company out of New Orleans. Uh, 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 oh, there's another word I was using for that. Not gourmet. Uh, I don't remember. Oh, yeah, Jimmy Turk just reminded me. Don't forget at that swap meet on February 19th at Atmore, Alabama. Sunday, they're doing on the 20th at Atmore, they're also doing a test and tune that weekend. So, or that day. So that would be something if you want to go up and catch out the swap meet on Saturday and stick around, and Sunday catch out, do a little test and tune on your car. This would be a great way to start the season. Start getting some passes on the car, start figuring out some new equipment, and I've got a ton of new equipment to figure out. So we'll get that. We'll have that up and running. So it'll be great, man. I mean, I may be at Atmore with nobody on the dragster, but I just want it rolling. Body I can always put on, but test and tune is just a great way to check out what the car is doing, how it's going to work. And we're looking at some test and tune dates at Gulfport as well. So Jimmy, if they let me know if they're still doing that. I can't remember. I think it was Wednesday night or Thursday night that they're doing test and tune at Gulfport. I want to try to start hitting those because I basically really want to kind of hot lap this thing for a few weeks. Correct. We need data. We need data. And I need to get all the data plugged in and figured out on my grid as well. So, but I'm learning it. I'm reading more about everything than tuning right now. I'm just trying to get the basics of what the parameters are and how I need to set things up and where I need to start and what's zero and what's not. Brandon Vale, brother from another mother out in Colorado. How you doing, my brother? Brandon is a great guy, ex-Marine. He used to like a jump ride with us all the time when I was in the Navy. You know, the guys needed somebody to show from everywhere. They couldn't get anywhere on their own. We just let them off the boats. They go fight over there, and they knew what to do. My cigar went out. Hey, Brandon, this little moonshine here's for you, brother. Semper Fi, Marine Corps, buddy. I wish you'd get back out this way sometime soon. Awesome. My Cuban selection of cigars is getting quite impressive. I think I have 12 different Cubans now. A nice collection of Cuban cigars that I like to sit on the front porch when the weather is decent. Unfortunately, we haven't had any decent weather. Well, I take that back. We had Sunday. Sunday was a beautiful day. That's been the first one in a long time. I can tell you it's been the most beautiful day in 2022, and it's been the most beautiful day for about 2 or 3 months in 2021. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, getting everything straightened back out, and smoking some of those Cubans and enjoying myself. Yeah, so let's see, who else have I forgot about? I don't have a promo up for them, but don't forget to listen to the Edge Radio US and listen to the new commercials. We've got commercials for you basic motorsports. We've got commercials for Busted Knuckle Rod and Truck Magazine. We've got commercials for RJS Racing Equipment. We have commercials for the Southern Outlaw Gassers. We've got just a ton of commercials. We've got more commercials coming. No, definitely not an ex-Marine, brother. If I said ex-Marine, I apologize. I did that's lipped. I know that for I know that very well. So I apologize if I slipped and said ex-Marine. I didn't think I did, but I may have. All right, brother. I'll see you soon too. And I was talking about one thing and I got off the subject, started talking about something else, and now I forgot what I was talking about. That's another one of these things with old age or getting old. I seem to be forgetting more. So everybody warned me this was going to happen. They were truthful. They were right. Fuel prices. Let me tell you, fuel prices are going absolutely retarded right now. I'm not talking about for your car. Those few dollars for fuel, I don't even look at. I'm looking at methanol. I'm looking at 110, 116. I'm looking at the race fuels from everywhere. It's starting to rain now. I'm looking at the prices for fuel from Sunoco. My Sunoco fuels have gone up. I've looked at the prices for Renegade. Renegade's gone up. I've looked at the pricing for VP. VP's gone up, which was already higher than giraffe ass anyway. But I'm seeing these fuel prices go up, and the one thing I can say is there's not a reason for them to be going up. They're just cost of inflation, and they're everybody waits for VP. Everybody stays under the price of VP. So when VP wants to jump up $25 a barrel, it gives everybody else the same opportunity to jump up $25 a barrel, and still be lower priced than VP is. So it's for somebody like me who buys it, stocks it, and sells it. I make money selling fuel by the gallon. I'm lucky if I can make $20, $25 selling it by the drum, because then because as a racer, I try to help racers. I don't make a ton of money on selling it by the drum, but I do get a good price buying it by the drum, because I always buy a bunch of drums. So I save money that way. So I'm able to pass that on to the racer. Now, on the gallon side is where I make my money. And the reason is I find out, like, there's a place here that sells VP fuel. I find out what they're selling. I know what they sell VP fuel for. And I sell my Sunoco fuel or Renegade fuel for less. So some people don't have the money to buy full drums, so they need 5 or 10 gallons. So I can save them a few dollars, and I make a few dollars, and I can keep fuel in stock. Right now, the thing that I'm seeing in fuel is drum fees. Drum fees up to $50. And that's that they're not raising the price of the product, but they're charging you $50 for the drum. And I have always just, like, Jimmy Turk is a classic example. Jimmy Turk picked up 2 gallons or 2 drums of methanol here when he came over for my son's birthday. Uh, I didn't charge him a drum fee, but when he's got the drums empty, I'll get them back from him. He did give me one drum that a Sunoco drum that he had. So I've just always swapped them out. And it's funny that there's a manufacturer not too far from me that makes drums are $20, and they're wanting to charge $50 for a drum fee. So it's just somewhere that the fuel dealers can bump up the price, which hurts the racer. It limits. I had somebody call me this morning and want to know about 110. They wanted to buy some gallons of 110. Asked me how much it was. I said $11. Now, with me selling 110 at $11 a gallon, that breaks out to $583 a drum, selling it by the gallon. Well, I pay $560 a drum. So when I sell an entire drum of 110 at $11 a gallon, I make $23 profit after selling the whole drum. So there's not a huge for me, because I can't buy an 18-wheeler load. I buy 4 to 8 drums. So yes, I get a better price and I can help racers save money, but I don't get the same price as somebody who buys an 18-wheeler load of them, 20 pallets. So I have to deal with that. And the guy was like, well, that's really expensive price. And I'm like, okay, VP 16, if you want to, go ahead, do what you got to do. But it's just one of those things. The pricing on some of this stuff is monkey see, monkey do. The fuel companies see one company go up, so they raise their prices so they could stay under the price of that company, but they can make more profit. The funny thing is when they hit you with now a $50 drum fee, it hurts the racer or the small guy like me who's selling fuel, because now that's $50 more I have to add to the price of it, or I've got to have enough drums of their drums because they won't take other drums, or I can't go down the road and buy 10 brand new drums for $200 or $20 a piece and come back, and when they do a swap out, me give them new drums. Oh no, that's not theirs. They won't do that. So it's one of those things. It's frustrating for me because I really like selling fuel. I like talking to the racers when they come and get fuel. I like to see what they've been doing. I like to hear how they're running. I love this kind of stuff. But like I said, this year is going to be a very, very interesting year on fuel. Wherever you are, shoot me some of your prices on fuel so I can look and see how they're going up across. I've got an article that I'm writing right now that is about fuel and all the fuel manufacturers for race fuel. And I'm going to get a ton of shit when this gets published. But it's kind of like the NHRA. The NHRA is pretty much not for the normal racer anymore. They're for the top 20, the top 20 families that the NHRA has been paying massive amounts of money to for years. People have kind of gotten rid of it, and that has been one of the reasons that the no prep series, the big tire, small tire stuff, the outlaw racing, the Southern Gassers, the Southern Outlaw Gassers, the nostalgia races. That's the reason that these races are putting butts in the seat, because it's not $100 for you and your son to get in to see the event, plus then whatever you buy for food and shirts and stuff like that. It's moderately affordable prices that the regular father and with one kid or two kids can take them for a Saturday or a weekend at the drag strip, not spend a fortune, not worry about the big racers who don't have time to talk to anybody. But man, you can get with the Southern Outlaw Gassers bunch, let me tell you, you can go sit on the back of some of those guys' trailer while they're working on their car, and they'll sit there and talk to you the entire time. The nostalgia racing, the grassroots racing, the stuff that made racing what it is today is what people are interested in. They're not interested in all this high dollar, big ticket, flashy. People don't want to see that. People can't afford it. When you go to an NHRA racing, there's more cars for the crews than there are in the parking lot. That's a problem, and that's the NHRA not wanting to admit that there's a problem. We'll just keep catering to keep these other people to keep coming back, to keep these big names happy, to keep. That's not what drag racing is about. That's business. And most of us got into drag racing because we wanted to have something that we could do, we could enjoy, we could love, we could have fun with, and think as little about business as possible. That's my 2 cents. Like I said, I got a really good article that I'm putting together, and I'm doing a ton of research on it. This is how me and Lynn are a team. Lynn is a writer, and Lynn is a unbelievably good writer. I'm getting all the facts. I'm going to lay out the interviews that I've done and the people that I'm talking to on fuel and the comments that I'm getting and the on the record stuff that I'm getting. I'm going to have this information. I'm going to write a cool little story about what I want to cover in this. And then I'll give that to Lynn and say, okay, you're the author. Now make this a not old man Southern country boy story. So hopefully we'll have that out by the end of next month. I'm looking at a couple of areas right now, or a couple of books that are magazines that will have this story in it that we'll start being a contributing author with. So it's just one of the other things that we started to do this year. And when I had started the whole retirement thing, this was one of the things that I was going to retire and start doing more of. I've been wanting to do it for years, but I've always had too busy of a workload. Me announcing retirement made everybody think that I was just going to give up everything and not do anything, which there's no way I would ever do that because I would die. But I'm going to fix me another little shot of moonshine real quick. But so it'll be a good story. I'll have some information on there. I'll have a lot of information on fuel. I have a lot of bad information on fuel. I have a lot of myths on fuel. I'm going to have some separation of the difference of fuels. It's going to be something that I'm really looking forward to. I'm putting a lot of effort into it to have right information to make sure that listeners, viewers, racers have the right information, because the one thing I hate more than anything is seeing people get screwed. And if a company can charge you $5 a gallon more just because they can, that's not right. And that's not what I'm about. I'm going to find those people and I'm going to point the finger in and wag it in their face and make them say, that guy is a horse's ass, because I am. But I would rather everybody think I'm a horse's ass that does the right thing instead of I'm a horse's ass that's just looking out for himself and just thinking about nothing but money. So let me see. I got a few more things popped up here. I got 2 sets of glasses on. My hair looked kind of rough, so I got one set of air glasses holding my hair back. John, you basically saying we also peddle VP fuel here in the Western Washington area as well, and we feel your pain and the pain of the regular dude who is just a racer. That is grassroots. You're exactly right, John. You basically you know you are a much bigger businessman than I am, and you deal with a ton of companies with your basic motorsports performance parts. And while we're talking, I want to do this while I'm talking real quick, John. Hold on. Y'all like this. Watch this. Let me find it. Crap. Wrong one. That's it. While we're talking about it, I want to get this information back up here. But yeah, you deal with a ton of, and you've got a certain amount of patience, because you deal with a ton of vendors, a ton of manufacturers, and you have to see what they're doing and understand what they're doing, and you've got, that's one of the big things is for you. You have to, every time you get a price increase from the companies, you've got to figure out how you can make that product still affordable, because if it's too expensive, nobody will buy it. And corporations and things don't think like that. They just look at their bottom line and protecting their stockholders. They've got to make them money. And a lot of the time, people, I had problems selling fuel. When I first started selling fuel, I was selling methanol for $3 a gallon, and down the road they were selling it for $40 for 5 gallons. I was selling it for $3 a gallon. I was making a little bit of money on it. I wasn't making a ton of money on it, but I was making a little bit of money on it. But the racers loved it. The racers could pick it up. I had racers who were racing everything, four-wheelers, motorcycles, boats, buying methanol. They liked the price. I was happy to have it. I was happy to sell it. And then it just started going. It just started going through the roof on things, and I had people not wanting to buy my methanol, which was Sunoco. They didn't want to buy my methanol because my price was too cheap. Kid you not. Well, man, this can't be any good, because you're only charging $3 a gallon, and they're charging what, $8 a gallon for it down the road. So I made a business decision to raise my price to $5 a gallon. When I raised my price to $5 a gallon, my sales quadrupled in a week. Same product that I was selling for $3, I just raised the price up to $5, and I didn't hear anybody else ever say anything. Ask me about, why this is cheap. This can't be good. It's too cheap. No, it's just because my profit margin doesn't have to be 35%. I'm looking at it. I buy a drum of methanol, and I can sell it for. I was selling it for $3 a gallon, and when I sold, I think I had it priced out when I was selling like 40 gallons or 45 gallons of it. I got like 8 gallons out of it. The bottom of the can, I got like 8 gallons out of it to use on my car, or something like that. So if I sold, or maybe after I sold 2 drums or 3 drums, I had a total of 10 gallons for me. So it was just one of those things. Like I said, I've never claimed to be the best businessman in the world, but I do use common sense, which is something that is in very, very short supply right now. So this is another thing that the 5th season of this year is going to be out about. We're going to have more people calling in and talking to us as soon as we get everything over there fixed. But yeah, we're going to talk more about this kind of stuff, because I'm here to help the little guy. I look out for racers. I try to find racers deals on things. I try to hook up with companies that will give us a discount code so we can, like you, Basic Motorsports Performance Parts, WCC, for 5% off. Don't forget about that. But I try to find companies that will work with us and help the racers. That's what it's all about. Because if there aren't any racers, there's nobody needing stuff powder coated. The rain is starting again. It's getting kind of loud in here. I don't know how that's transferring through the feed, but let me check out a couple more of these comments. Shows from the track. Yeah, I'm going to do live shows from the track, Jimmy. That's a fact. As also with cigar stores. We got some interesting things planned. I'm going to be on the coast quite a bit. So have my apartment ready. Hey, John, I appreciate that. John, you basically says anytime I want him to be a part of my show, he'd be honored to be on the show. You're going to be on the show. Just remember you said that you may get tired of hearing from me. But all right, everybody, the rain's starting to get a little bit loud. I'm having to talk a little bit louder to hear myself. Yeah, that's right, Turk. You got about that new motorhome, so we got a new mobile studio. Thank everybody for tuning in for season 1. Please share. Please like. The page is going to be up. StreamYard, the company that I use this stream on multi-platforms, a whole bunch of different places. their statistics on the show, the statistic part of what they do is not as good as the broadcasting and broadcast part of what they do. So please, when you see the show up, be sure and click a like. Give me a like on. I need those so I can see how my numbers are, since StreamYard does not have that module ready yet to give me all the information that I need, like Facebook does. But Facebook is y'all know for 4 years how many problems I've had with Facebook. They don't like whiskey or cigars or stuff that I talk about. And I'm talking too much because my cigar keeps going out. But the statistics on Facebook are really, really good. Those do really, really good. Now on Tuesdays is what I want to try to be doing it on Tuesday nights now, John. Yeah, we're looking to doing this on Tuesdays because I think Wednesday or Thursday night is test and tune. And I want to start to hit more of those. Wednesday night, I think it's Thursday night. Wednesday night, some of the older guys down the road from me over in Covington that have a nostalgia card group have dinners on Wednesday night. And I've always talked to those guys and mentioned them on the show when I was doing my show on Wednesday night. I used to always talk about them, and they were all over there for a cookout every Wednesday. And one or two of the guys would stop by here and talk to me and see me and hang out in the shop for a little while on their way over there to the cookout. And Frankie Allen, who does it, we were talking at one of the swap meets not too long ago. And he goes, man, you're going to have to start coming over and joining us for the swap meets. He goes, oh, no, I remember you can't because you do your broadcast that night. So I basically have changed up to Tuesday night so I can actually start hitting some of those cookouts. So there's a lot going on. Mac the Hunter. Yes, I am doing. Hey, Gavin, I am doing a new night. We're doing Tuesdays just for the simple reason that we got more stuff happening at the end of the week and not the beginning of the week. All right, everybody. We're getting out of here right now. Like I said, the weather's starting to come in. The rain's starting to beat on me, and I don't know if y'all can hear everything that I'm here, but I'm having to talk louder. So thank you for tuning in. This is season 5. Check us out. We are always, as usual, looking for sponsors for the show to help us cover some of these expenses. We've got great sponsors now, looking for a few more. Don't forget, be watching out on my article that we're doing for the myth behind race fuel. I don't know if Lynn's going to do. We're trying to get Lynn back on doing her show. She's just been a little burned out after 6 or 7 years of doing it. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Have a great night. Please share our new night. I need you to help me get the word out on this as well. Give us a like. Don't forget, we're on 3 or 4 different Facebook pages, on StreamYard Live, on YouTube, and first thing in the morning we'll be up on Spreaker and iHeartRadio. So thank you. Don't forget, if you want to listen to rock and roll music every day, check out the Edge Radio US. You can download the app at the Google Play Store, or you can go on to the Edge Radio US. .com and stream live on the page. Check out the music. We've got some awesome stuff going on the radio station. Thank you, everyone, for sticking with me for 5 years, and we'll have a really good year this year. I think that's it, man. I'm getting out of here. Have a good night, and see you next week.